What's going on, Capricorn? Welcome back to Grizzly Tarot. My name is Dan, and I will be your host this evening for this lovely bi-weekly love reading. And going through all the zodiac signs and still like saying that same intro, it's kind of getting a little old and outdated. It was fun at first. I have to come up with a new one now. Anyway, so this is a bi-weekly love reading to resonate to your sun, moon, rising, or Venus. It also is a general reading, so realize that it's not going to resonate to everyone. But if it does resonate, awesome. Give me a thumbs up. I'd appreciate it. If it doesn't resonate, just know it's not your story. And it's like not meant for you, okay? So let's see what we got. Also, if you guys would like to purchase a personal reading, you guys can email me at grizzlytarot@gmail.com. It's also in the description down below. You can check that out. And yeah, so... 2 seconds. All right. Yo, you dealing with an Aquarius? You got like fucking half the cards Aquarius got. Who you walking away from? Who you... Oh, what? Okay. All right. Confused. Okay. Okay. Sorry, my friend texted me. Anyway, all right. So in your current situation, you have the Four of Wands in the reverse. Talks about instability, things not going well, things not being comfortable, okay? Four of Wands is known as like the 1111 card, serendipitous, happy, stable connection. It's a big card of stability, okay? In the reverse, instability, all shit's all over the place. Like, shit's got you knocked off your rocker, right? So what's on top of that here is the King of Wands. Which talks about passion, knowing your worth, knowing or being disciplined, leadership, What's the main one? And long-term visions, like being a visionary, someone who like sees like good things in the future. So like maybe there's a situation right now where it's not stable, but you see the future of it. Okay, you see where it could go, or it's a situation where like it's not stable, and you're seeing what's possible without this, like what's possible away from this, right? So yeah, maybe whoever you're dealing with right now, it's very unstable, and you're just like, you know what, there's so many other possibilities out there, like I could go elsewhere, and you know what, I see like a bright future somewhere else, not here in this instability, okay? So in the past, you have the Ace of Swords in the reverse, which talks about a lack of clarity. Like maybe you're really confused about this situation, you were confused which way to go, what to do. You didn't see any long-term vision in the past, right? And you didn't see a way out of the situation. And the only reason I'm saying a way out of this situation is because I'm looking at the other cards and it looks like you're walking away from someone. Okay? Again, could be wrong. Take it how it resonates. If I'm saying the meaning of the cards and you get a completely different story than the story I'm telling, but you hear the meaning of the cards and you're like, yeah, that makes sense. Okay, that's your story, right? I just try to make it understandable for me so I can, sip some tea too and know what's going on in the story. Anyway, so your goal here, you have the Magician in reverse. Okay, the Magician in reverse is like trying not to manifest a situation. You're trying not to manifest. Maybe you're being manipulative. Maybe you're trying to manipulate someone because that is a card of manipulation. But I think you're not trying to manifest this situation because A, it's unstable, and B, your driving factor here is the Hierophant in reverse. You're challenging the status quo, okay? You're going against like what's currently happening. You have an unstable situation, you're just like, no, why is this unstable? Why am I here? Why am I dealing with this when I could be elsewhere and have better things for me, okay? Like you see a grander vision. You see like the bigger picture where like, I don't have to stay in this fucking unstable situation. I can go somewhere else. I'm not going to try and manifest a situation with this person who's fucking making me like all like off my rocker and feel like fucking out of control, which is good. Don't deal with that. Okay. I'm a Cap rising. I just realized how this resonates to me too. Okay, so in your near future, you have the Three of Cups in the reverse. Okay, and also let me just say, when I do readings, I specifically like say like, okay, for all all Capricorns excluding myself, all Scorpio excluding myself, Scorpio Venus, Sagittarius Sun, so all Sagittarius like excluding myself. So I don't try and have these resonate to me at all. Typically, they don't. Okay, I'm just realizing this one is kind of a little bit. It's kind of a little bit. Now that I'm looking at the other cards. All right. I like this outcome for us, guys. I like this outcome. Things are good. Anyway, so yeah, your near future, you have the Three of Cups in reverse. That can be a card of Three of Cups can be a card of reconciliation. It could also be a card of coming together with friends and celebrating this and that, right? So you have it in the reverse. So no reconciliation or no coming together. Okay, no celebration of this situation that's going on here, right? Fuck that. It ain't worth celebrating. It's pretty unstable. So your internal influence here, you have the Eight of Cups, the card of walking away. Okay? Card of just, cutting your losses and being like, this isn't worth it anymore. I'm gonna go on to another way. I'm just gonna leave it exactly how it is and just go on my own way, right? Which is good. If someone's making you fucking unstable and like making you uncomfortable, get the fuck out. Ain't worth chilling. Okay. External to you, which is, I'm assuming, this other person, or it could just be the situation around you, is the Three of Wands. Okay, that's a card of waiting for your ships to come in. Okay, Two of Wands is like the planning for the future. Why the fuck is the back of my neck really itchy? Like all of a sudden. Who the fuck got neck itchies? Okay. So it's like waiting for your ships to come in. So the Two of Wands is a card of like planning and like coming up with a forward movement plan, right? And choosing what you want. Now, Three of Wands is when you like set that plan in motion. Okay, like that you set your ships out and like, okay, you guys need to go do this, this, and this, and you send your ships out, and then you're standing there and you're waiting for your ships to come back. For the illustration here, guys, you see the ships, right? They're all being sent out. He's like, okay, I'm gonna wait for my ships to come back. Okay, I'm gonna wait for my plans to reap the rewards of my plans, right? So maybe this is this person, okay, or this person that you were dealing with. They're like, you know what, I have different plans. I'm gonna go wait for my plans. Or this could signify that they're waiting for you. This could also signify though that they're turning their back on you. You also have, your outcome is a 3. You also have their energy is a 3. That's third party energy. They could be moving on to someone else. Okay, that's what this saying, or that's what this is saying for like near future. Like maybe they're talking to somebody else to turn their back on you, and look at this. Turn their back on you. They pick this one, they turn their back on this, right? Maybe these two were you two. Maybe that was you two together. And they were like, nope, I don't want that. I don't want these two together anymore, so I'm gonna choose this new one, right? Apply to your situation. Or it's just a card of expansion. Okay, so they're expanding their horizons, and that would go right along again with the 3. Like they're expanding their horizons. They're not waiting on this anymore. That's what I think this is. I don't think it's that they're sitting there waiting. I think it's like they're expanding their horizons and they're choosing to go a different route. They're leaving the 2 sticks in the past because the 2 wands. These 2 wands are behind him. Okay, I think that's what it is. This person is turning their back on the situation, being like, you know what, I'm leaving it behind me. I'm going elsewhere. I'm starting something new. And, sorry if that hurts to hear, but it is what it is. Again, I might be wrong. Like, I can't say like for absolution that like this person is talking to somebody else, right? So your hope here, you have the Star in reverse. The Star is a card of like renewal, hope, faith. It's also like the Make-A-Wish card. It's also a card of like vulnerability and emotions. In the reverse as a hope, maybe you're hoping like that this doesn't make you vulnerable. Maybe you're hoping to not be vulnerable again. Maybe you're hoping that this doesn't renew. Yeah. Yeah, maybe you're hoping like to not like, oh, okay, looking at the illustration, she's also like dumping water, dumping her emotions out. Well, I say water and cups are like emotions. Um, so she's dumping water into a pond and dumping water out here, right? So like maybe like that could be again being vulnerable. Like she's also completely naked, so like she's completely vulnerable. In the reverse, it's like you don't want to keep pouring into this situation anymore. This rippled situation. Ooh, I like that. I like that. Okay. You're hoping to not keep pouring into this situation because it's already turbulent enough. Like I said, it's unstable right now. This Four of Wands, it's unstable. This water is unstable. You don't want to keep pouring into it. You don't want to keep feeding energy into this and feeding your emotions into this situation that's already unstable. Wow, I love when shit comes together like that. And in turn, like you would be vulnerable doing that. Like you don't want to be vulnerable. You don't want to keep pouring your emotions into this. It's just not worth it. Oh, I love that. I love that. Okay. Now your fear here, another card that's confusing me. King of Cups. Okay, King of Cups talks about being like emotionally sound, being emotionally balanced, and kind of just like sitting in your own power. Also, again, very strong. He's very in touch with his emotions. Why are you afraid of that? Oh. Is it literally what I just said? In touch with your emotions? Are you afraid to be in touch with your emotions over this? Hang on. Let me study the card a bit. Oh. Okay. So 99.99999% of the time when I see this card in the reverse, I say it's you're afraid of being emotionally unstable or emotionally unstable, okay? But what I'm seeing now, if you look at the card, the water's all chopped the fuck up. Like the water's all over the place. It's rough water. Like it's not calm. It's like this little pond here, turbulent, like ripples everywhere. But he's on the surface, just acting calm, acting perfectly fine. Like nothing's bothering him. But as I'm looking at his face, he looks angry. Like he's sitting there like kind of like when somebody's just sitting there like pushing your fucking buttons and you're just trying not to react. And you're like, okay, and you're just trying not to react and you're just tempering yourself. Maybe you're afraid that like you're going to be tempering these emotions when like you need to release them. It's kind of like a karmic thing where like where something like traumatic happens to you and you repress that emotion and you don't let it out and it comes back in fucking 10-15 years to fucking haunt you, right? Maybe that's what your fear is here. That you're afraid that like you're just gonna hide your emotions and you're because you don't want to pour energy into this, you don't want to be vulnerable, you're afraid that you're gonna end up just like, because you don't want to be vulnerable, you're afraid that you're gonna temper your emotions too much and that it's going to build up and it's going to be like basically it's like putting on a mask, like you're acting like you're fine but inside you're fucking like destroyed and like you're all over the place. Okay, that makes sense now. But this is where the fun comes in. This is where I say I like the fucking outcome. Okay? You have the Two of Cups as the outcome. Okay? That's a new soulmate. That's a soulmate connection. Okay? Soulmate connection. Now, being that this is a love read, I'm going to say this is a new soulmate coming into your life. Okay, you're walking out of this unstable situation because you see a bigger picture, you see a grander situation, and you're like, no, I don't want to sit in this unstable, like unhappy situation. I'm walking away. This person's already walked away to something new, so why the fuck can't I? Right? You're calling in a soulmate. You're calling in a new soulmate, and that's fucking awesome. I would love a new soulmate. Let's all get soulmates together. Come on, let's go take our pick of the crop, right? No. So that's awesome. Your outcome is you're going to be calling in a soulmate, and you're going to be meeting somebody new. Okay? Maybe you already have met somebody new. But also realize this doesn't just have to be relationship. This could be friends. Okay? You could be calling in a new person that ends up being your best fucking friend, right? Being this is a love read, I'm going to assume it is a romantic partner. And that's awesome. I hope it is. But I just figured I'd throw that out there. It is a possibility that it's just a friend, right? But it's a soulmate. It's not just like some random Joe Schmo or like some placeholder. No, it's a soulmate, okay? So the undertone of your entire read here is the Seven of Cups in the reverse. It's funny that I said Seven of Wands, and I was going to say Seven of Wands in the reverse. Seven of Wands in the reverse is like giving up on something, which you're basically giving up on the situation because you're walking away from it, right? Seven of Cups in reverse, you're not confused anymore. You're not confused at what you want, all right? Seven of Cups is a card, upright is a card of like having a shit ton of options, but also being confused because you don't know what to pick. In the reverse, it can talk about not being confused anymore and knowing exactly what you want. Or, and I have to say this, it's a card of having too many options. Maybe you're overwhelmed right now. Maybe you're just overwhelmed with all options, but you're just like, nope, I need to get out of this. But I don't think that's what it is. In relation to this whole read, this is the undertone for this whole read. I think it's like, you're like, no, I'm not confused anymore. I'm not sitting here in this situation. Like, I know what I want, and this isn't it. So I'm getting the fuck out of here, okay? And so your advice here, Ace of Wands, have a new beginning. Go start something new. Go out there and fucking find this soulmate, okay? Or they're going to find you. Regardless, it's coming. There is no coming together with this other person, but there's a new soulmate coming in. And that's fucking awesome. Okay? So have this new beginning. Have this new start with someone new. Okay? Don't stay in this fucking situation that's not making you happy. It ain't worth it. Okay? So, Capricorn, that's what I have for you. I hope it resonated. I hope it made sense. If it didn't, I'm sorry. It wasn't your turn this week. But also, if you like this video, please give me a thumbs up, share, subscribe, all that cool stuff. It'd be greatly appreciated. And yeah, if you'd like a personal read, feel free to email me. Again, grizzlytarot@gmail.com. And that is pretty much all I have for you. Stay tuned for next week for your bi-weekly general read. And I'll catch you guys in the next one. Deuces.